What is going on, everybody? Matt and Alex, we are back with another pod today. We're talking about 2 items that you would pick from this list. So we have 6 things here. You can only pick 2. Alex and I haven't talked about this yet. We have no idea what each other's going to pick. We're going to dive into it. These are some pretty cool options here. So it's going to be tough to pick 2, but I'm going to run through them real quick. So number 1 is be in perfect shape. Number 2, $1,500 per week. Number 3, live to age 100. Number 4, eat without gaining weight. Number 5, have a peaceful life. Number 6, super intelligence. Right? So you can be in perfect shape, $1,500 a week, live to age 100, eat without gaining weight, have a peaceful life, or super intelligence, meaning like you know everything, super smart. There's no question that you don't know the answer to. And let's just say hypothetically it's a correct answer, right? Like so 1 through 6, you can only pick 2. What's one that you're leaning to? Is there one that stands out to you right away or what?
One that stands out to me right away is have a peaceful life.
Yeah, me too. That's funny you said that. Like for me, that was the first. I was like, I'm gonna pick that one no matter what. The challenge is gonna be the second one.
Yeah, because I have like 2 that I'm kind of with, but then like you could go with a lot of these. Like I don't need to be in perfect shape. I kind of threw that one out the window.
Yep.
I don't need to live to age 100.
Yep.
I think even living to like 75 is like a fantastic life. And then super intelligent. I don't need to be like super intelligent. Like that's like, and that can mean a lot of different things. Like I'm kind of thinking along the lines of like that you're just like super smart. You know the answer, like you said, to everything. And but then again, like that could mean that you don't have like the social. Maybe you don't have like the social intelligence that
right.
is debatably more important than knowing like the answer to all of these questions. So like I kind of threw the perfect shape, live to age 100, and super intelligence out the window. And like I'm between eating without gaining weight and $1,500 per week on my second one, but definitely peaceful life is an easy one for me because I just think, going through life, it's like it can be so difficult, right? So just all the things that come up, like I feel like peaceful life, just like having peace of mind, not worrying about things, like just having a fun, awesome, just like chill life without a lot of worries sounds pretty fucking good.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. So my number 1 is absolutely have a peaceful life. That's like a non-negotiable. You got to have that one. All the other stuff is kind of just secondary. It's kind of like what would be a cool addition to that one. For me, peaceful life is first and foremost. So it's funny we're on the same page on that one because I don't think everybody is. I think some people are like, screw that, give me the $1,500 a week, or whatever somebody's interest is. But like the second one for me is where I have a challenge. I'm actually leaning mostly towards the super intelligence one. And the reasoning behind it, the way I'm thinking is like $1,500 a week for the rest of your life would be cool. That would probably mean you could at least have like fundamentals and like basics covered forever. Like you not have to worry about that and stress, and you can really like do something that you love and enjoy, and you don't really have to worry about bills for, that could probably cover your bills plus some, like for good, like,
Well, if you think about it, so $1,500 per week, that's going to be 50. That's like, 75,
6K a month.
80,000. Yeah, it's like 75, 80,000 a year. Right. So that's like
Yeah.
an incredible salary for like what the average is out in the
Right.
world. And
Right.
so, yeah, I mean, you're talking with that, you're talking, for, a family that doesn't go crazy. Like you said, you're paying the mortgage, you're paying the bills, you're paying for
Yeah.
food, you're paying, basically you got everything covered. And then all of the other money that you make from your job or your, you and your spouse or girlfriend or whoever's job is just going towards whatever the hell else you want to do, right? It could go all towards buying a new house. It could go all towards traveling, like that traveling and doing what you want, and giving awesome gifts and your kids like college fund, and all these different things that set you up for life. So you basically, in that situation, barring that you have a pretty good job, you're going to be able to not worry about retirement and being like you could retire pretty fucking early potentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be able to do whatever you want to for the rest of your life.
Yeah, agreed. Like that $1,500 a week is very deceiving. Here's where like I go back and forth is like not deceiving, enticing. $1,500 a week is great. Live to age 100. I don't. That's not like who knows. Like in a couple different ways, you could be like living to 100 and like say I'm physically incapable like that. There's some areas where it would suck to live to 100, right? And there's other areas where you might be like, well, shit, why put a cap on 100? What if I want to go past 100? So like giving yourself this designated like 100 for me, I'm like, I'm good. You know, I don't want to pick that one.
And I don't
Eat
want to
without
know.
gain.
Like I don't know
What's
about
that?
you. But I don't necessarily want to know like the age I'm going to die.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
You know,
like if you knew, yeah, like there, I think it brings on this like unnecessary pressure or like
yeah.
weight that you're kind of just like it's good and bad that you know it, but like I don't. You'd rather just like not know, you know?
Well, you get to 100, and then it's like, well, what month am I going? You know, or like what day
Yeah,
is it going to happen?
every day.
Is it going
Yeah,
to happen? You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Is it
you know,
on my actual birthday or what? Like
yeah.
what's going on here?
I mean, at that point, you're probably not too worried about it. You're just like,
Yeah,
you
at
know,
that
it's
point,
going to happen. Like, I've lived a great life.
right?
Yeah, but I don't need that one for sure. What about eat? So you're not even thinking about eat without gaining weight.
No, I think those two for you and somebody like you and I, like we have that skill built already. So it's like,
Yeah.
why waste something on a skill that we've taken years to build? Like be in perfect shape and eat without gaining weight, although would be extremely nice. I think it'd be super cool. I just don't need it. I'm like, I feel like I do that now. If I strategically like plan my day and like understand, I have the awareness around it, and we've built that skill over years to where we can enjoy ourselves to do it. And like with anything, if you take it to extremes and you just completely eat whatever you want, like cool, you don't gain weight, but that it doesn't say like that you're not going to feel like shit, you know?
Yeah.
So like you can eat whatever you want, but like you're still going to feel terrible. Like you're still
Your
your
health
health too. Yeah.
will be in a terrible place. So that's a good point. That makes it, that kind of affirms it for me. I think I'm going to go with have a peaceful life and $1,500 per week. I think those are my two.
Nice. Okay, so you're going with number 2 and number 5. I like that.
That's good. Then then all of the income that Marissa and I make, I just going right to travel, right to
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
new,
yeah.
right to whatever else we want to do it in our lives. And if we have kids, then that can go towards them and all of that type of deal too. So um, that's what I'm doing. What do you? So you're right now. You're between. It sounds like super intelligence, what you're leaning towards, and is it 1,500? Is that the only two that you're leaning towards right now too, or is it just super intelligence? You're like, I think I'm going to do that one.
I think I'm going to do super intelligence. Here's what I was thinking. So number 1 is have a peaceful life. That's for both of us.
Yep.
I was toggling back and forth between the $1,500 a week and the super intelligence because both I think the goal for both of them for me is freedom, right? Like let's just get out of having to do something and feeling like we're forced like to do it just for the sake of making money. When I think of super intelligence, I'm like, how could I use that? I would create a service, right? I would be well known to the point where it's like I would charge accordingly, and I could even hire a team and just be like, or hire somebody who they go through some vetting process. Like a potential client goes through a vetting process. They talk to my team. They present the question to the team of like this super deep question that they want to know, whether it's about their life. Like if I have super intelligence, I could tell that person anything about their life, like anything about any answer to a question that they want to know. So I would charge accordingly for that. So if they can ask me one question, however much, instead of $1,500 per week, I'm like, I could charge 5, 10, 20, however many, thousand.
Consulting company.
Yeah, like a consulting company.
Businesses that need like a huge question figured out, or they need where's the issue, like where we need to pinpoint an issue and we're struggling to do it. You can come in and do it really, really quickly for them.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like for businesses too, right? Like they just present all their options and you're just like, you already have the answer in your head. I'm talking to the point where like they could call me and I put a cap on the phone call and be like, hey, this phone call lasts 5 minutes. Like ask me what you want and I'll give you the answer. Like just create my parameters around it where it doesn't control me, but I'm able to give somebody an answer like that and then charge, thousands of dollars for it. And I can almost take those calls whenever I want. I'm like, oh, and then you're just like printing money at that point, right? Like, cause if you really have that kind of knowledge, at that point, I'm like, dude, I could pick and choose the calls I want to take. If somebody has like a super pending like business question where they're like, I don't care what you're charging, I need to know the answer to this because we're looking to scale our company to the moon, right? Like you can charge accordingly for this.
Yeah.
And like people will pay shit. If you do it right, you might only have to take one call the entire year, if that, for years, right? Like, so I'm putting myself in that position to be like, yeah, I'll take a 5-minute phone call to give you the answers that you want for, 150K, 200K, like whatever. Like people do that now, like consulting, right? They're like, it's $40,000 for an hour phone call with me, right? For me, I'm just like, I don't care. It's going to take me 5 minutes, but I'm going to give you the answer that's going to unlock, everything you need.
But as far as like the super intelligence goes, like I guess my view of this one is that, so you're super smart, you can solve all these problems, but does it necessarily take you like 5 minutes to do it? Like maybe you have to look at everything and like, okay, I think you've ever seen like The Accountant.
Yeah. So like if you actually had to crunch it, like the data yourself,
you can sift through stuff like 100, 1,000 times faster than other people, right?
Yeah.
But it's like he goes through all the books for the last 15 years in a night, right? And then he figures out exactly where the missing link is, what the amount of money that's missing, and like what like his thought is on what's going on, right? So it's like it's like that's I guess and I guess this is up for interpretation, right? So it's like you could think of it as what you do. That's where mine was too, and that's a great idea too. Where if you have that intelligence and ability to do that, then that $1,500 per week is very insignificant, right? It doesn't really, it's nothing because you could.
I guess we have to create parameters around it, right? Like, like my thought was that I already like you're thinking of more like super intelligence. I have the ability to solve any problem. I was more so thinking of like, I already have the answer. It's just on the person to ask me, so I don't even have to look at it. Like I already know, like I'm 20 steps ahead of them. So if I already know their business or I don't even have to know it, but somehow, some way I already have the answer in my head. I don't even know how I got it, but I got it. And like, they're just paying to get the answer. That's more so what I was thinking about.
Like
but that would change it. That would change it if you're like, okay, I actually have to crunch all this data and like actually compile and like figure out the answer. I have the ability to do it, but it's going to take me longer. I don't know if I would do it then. I was more so just thinking like, I already got the answer. Like, who cares how I got it? But it's in my head. I'm just extremely intelligent, like.
I mean, either way, those still not a bad choice, no matter what.
You
can go in for a week, like you said, to a company and solve their biggest problem they have. And then not work for the rest of the year, really.
They'll pay you accordingly, right? Like
after some 5 jobs a year, and it's like that's going to be a month out of your year that you're spending doing this, and then the rest of the year you just kind of do whatever you want. So it could be good. I think I'm still just going to go with peaceful life and $1,500 per week, even though the super intelligence sounds it sounds like a lot more enticing. But I'm like more or less thinking, all right, if you're that kind of person, potentially you lack the social skills. Like, I don't know if it's like me, it's like my version of myself. And I just happen to be extremely intelligent and be able to solve all these problems or be able to just come up with the answer. Or if it's like the super intelligence and it's like your social ability is like nothing and you're just kind of,
that would suck.
People, right?
Yeah, that would suck. You'd have to practice both that skill, right? Like you couldn't just be like a hermit and like not talk to anybody and like be super. I mean, outside of like health and fitness conversations, I am that person, like I'm like, if they're talking about something I don't know about and I'm in like social settings, like I am awkward. I'm just super quiet, like I kind of already have that about me. So it doesn't bother me too much. But yeah, dude, that's for sure. I could see that happening to the point where like you don't expose yourself to social environments because you just got like money coming in or you got the super intelligence thing. It's just like, might have lost some other skills there, right? Like for sure. I wasn't thinking about it like that.
But awesome, man. Well, that's fun. I like that. That was a good one. So Matt's choosing have a peaceful life and super intelligence. I'm choosing have a peaceful life, $1,500 per week. Let us know in the comments what you guys would choose out of those 6 6 there. This was a fun one. If you enjoyed this, give it a like. Make sure you subscribe. You don't miss our future podcasts. We do a ton of different stuff, health and fitness. We've been doing a lot of the top 5 topics where we go on AI and we get a top 5 for something, and then we talk about all of those things as well. And so we're kind of mixing it up. Really loving what we're doing. Hope you enjoy. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day and week, and we'll be talking to you soon.